The e-commerce is mainly designed for the modern business to connect to the home page of a merchant website on the internet. Consumer site is going to display the receipt confirming to the customer purchase. The time is saved because we are going to use electronic form of business. Hello to all, a warm welcome to my new session. I am Revati, faculty, Department of Computer Science, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, MYSURU. We are on the 12th session of Introduction to Computer Network. In today's session, I am going to deal with e-commerce basis. In that, I'm going to discuss what is e-commerce and how the transactions are going to take place in e-commerce. Before going to start what is e-commerce, let me to recall the things what I discussed in my last session. In my last session, I discussed what is web browser and the advantages of web browser and the working procedure of web browser. At the same time, I discussed what is search engine, how the search is going to take place in search engine. Along with that, I explained what is internet chatting and how to create static web pages. But in my today's session, I'm going to deal with e-commerce basis. Moving further, let's see what is e-commerce. So, e-commerce is a procedure or process used to sell and buy the good electronically. I repeat, it is a method or procedure is used to sell and buy the good electronically. So here the e-commerce, it's also called electronic commerce. It is a method or methodology of modern business which address the requirement of business organization. I repeat, the e-commerce is mainly designed for the modern business organization. So, in order to fulfill their requirement, the e-commerce systems are designed. So, the e-commerce is nothing but a electronic commerce. It is a methodology mainly used by the modern business to sell their goods and to buy their goods. So it can be broadly defined as the process of buying or selling of goods or services. I repeat, here the e-commerce is broadly defined as the process of buying the goods as well as selling the goods. So it is done by using electronic media called internet. So without internet, it's not possible to perform any transaction. That means in e-commerce, without internet connection, you cannot able to sell the goods or you cannot able to purchase the goods. So here the e-commerce refers to the paperless exchange of business information using the following way. That means in e-commerce, what are the transactions we are going to perform, that is carried out the paperless exchange. That means here we are not going to use any paper. So what are the transaction or what are the activities we are going to perform under e-commerce, that is through the electronic commerce using internet. So the following way you can able to perform the activities. So in that first one, electronic data interchange. So it is a program mainly designed to interchange the data electronically, and we are going to have email, that is electronic mail. So by using email, it's possible to mail across the customers or across the manufacturer. Then we are going to have electronic bulletin boards. So it is a message board and it is a communication area mainly used to share, request and discuss about the information. And we are going to have electronic fund transfer. So this is the media mainly used to carry the financial transaction, and we are going to have other network based technologies. So these are the following way the e-commerce can capable to perform their activities. So in that first one, it is electronic data interchange, and another one we are going to have electronic mail, that is email. Then we are going to have electronic bulletin boards. Then we are going to have electronic fund transfer. Then we are going to have network based technologies. Moving further, let's see the e-commerce process. That means how the e-commerce is going to perform its activities. What are the steps involved during e-commerce process? In that first one, the consumer uses a web browser. I repeat, the consumer is nothing but the end user is going to use the web browser to connect to the home page of a merchant website on the internet. I repeat, the consumer uses a web browser to connect to the home page of the merchant website on the internet. So consider the example, a person A want to connect to the Amazon.in. Amazon.in to purchase some electronic item. So what the A will do? A is going to use the web browser to connect to the home page of Amazon website on the internet. Then the consumer browses the catalog of products. I repeat, the person A is going to browse the catalog of product. That means he is going to browse the electronic item called mobile in a catalog of product featured on the site and select the item to purchase. That means when the consumer searches for the product, he or she is going to receive a list of product list. In that, she or he want to select the item. After that, you want to purchase that item. So what the second step? The consumer browses the catalog of product featured on the site and select item to purchase. Once the item is selected, that means the selected items are placed in the electronic equivalent of shopping cart. Once the item is selected and that is moved to the shopping cart, then when the customer is ready to complete the purchase of selected item, it provides a bill to and ship to address for purchase and delivery. That means once the item is selected and it is moved to the shopping cart, then the customer is ready to do the payment procedure. So at that time, for billing and shipment, they require the address for the purchase and delivery. Moving further, the next step here it is when the credit card number is validated and the order is completed at the commerce server site. That means after filling your address or your personal details, you want to complete your payment procedure. That is done by using credit card validation. Once it is completed at the commerce server site, the merchant site displays a receipt confirming the consumer's purchase. That means once the credit card verification is done, the order is completed, then the consumer site is going to display the receipt confirming to the customer purchase. That means the merchant site is going to display a receipt confirming the consumer purchase. At the end, the consumer server site then forwards the order to the processing network. That means after performing all the confirmation and payment, the consumer site then forward the order to a processing network for payment processing and fulfillment. So this is the process comes under e-commerce. That means when you purchase any good in the e-commerce website, that time you want to follow these steps. So what is the first step? You want to go into the particular website through the web browser. Then you want to search for the item. Once the item is selected and that is moved to the shopping cart, then from the shopping cart it is moved to the address verification. That means you want to fill the delivery address and you want to fill the payment details. Once the credit card number is validated, that means all the payment procedure is done, then the merchant site is going to display the confirming receipt to the customer's purchase, and the commerce server site then forward the order to the processing network for payment, processing and fulfillment of the order. Moving further, we are going to have EDI. So what is EDI? It is a electronic document interchange. I repeat, it is a electronic document interchange. It is a program or it is a software. So here the term EDI usually connects the system. I repeat, it is a program that is mainly used to connect the system, where authentication and security methods guarantees the integrity and original of the information. That means it is a program that is mainly used to connect system that provides the authentication and security of the data as well as information. So here the integrity of the data includes accuracy of the data and the correctness of the data. So where the EDI is an electronic way of transferring business document. That means whenever you are going to perform any transaction, the documents are transferred within the organization. So the EDI is an electronic way to circulate the document within the organization. So here EDI is an electronic way of transferring business document in an organizational internally between its various departments. That means various departments comes under organization. So this is the way used to transfer the data, that is documents within the organization, within the various department of that organization, and externally with suppliers, then customers or any subsidiaries. That means internally within the department, where externally it is used to suppliers or customers or any subsidiaries. So here in EDI, paper documents are replaced. That means in early days, whatever the transaction we are going to perform, that is carried in the form of papers, but it is replaced with EDI now. So in EDI, we are going to use electronic forms. So this is the way used to transfer the business document in an organization. So here in EDI, paper documents are replaced with electronic documents such as Word documents, spreadsheet, etc. That means with the help of EDI, the paper documents are replaced in the form of Word documents and spreadsheets, etc. So here the EDI document includes certain points like invoice number, purchase order details, shipping request details, acknowledgement regarding the product, and business correspondence letter, as well as financial information letter. So the steps involved in the EDI system. So the steps in an EDI systems are, first one, a program. So here EDI is nothing but a program or software that is responsible for generate a file that contains the processed document. I repeat, so it is a program and it is going to generate a file. The file contains the processed document. In the next step, the document is converted into an agreed standard format. So at the beginning, you're going to have file contains processed document. So the document is now converted into agreed standard form. The file containing the document is sent electrically on the network. That means whatever the file that contains the document, that is sent through email. So the trading partner receives file. That means whatever the trading partner is there, they are going to receive the file and an acknowledgement document is generated and sent to the originating organization. So here an acknowledgement related to the document is generated and sent to the originated organization. I repeat, at the beginning we are going to have EDI program. It is going to generate files. So the file contains processed document. So the document is now converted into agreed standard format. Now the file containing document is sent via the email. So in the trading partner, they are going to receive the sent mail, and now the trading partner is responsible for sending the acknowledgement regarding the document. These are the steps involved under EDI system. Moving further, let's see the advantages of an EDI system. So what is the first advantage? That is reduction in data entry errors. That means suppose if we are using electronic system, then it is going to reduce the errors in data entry. That means while entering data, the humans are going to make mistakes. So here the chance of errors are much less while using computer for data entry. The next advantage here is shorter processing life cycle. That means the orders can be processed as soon as they are entered into the system. That means whatever the order you're going to place in your computer system, that can be processed as soon as it is entered into the system, and it reduces the processing time for transfer document. That means suppose if we are going to use EDI systems, then it is going to reduce the processing time of the transfer document. Then we are going to have electronic form of data. So it is quite easy to transfer or share the data, because whatever the data we are going to have, that is in the form of electronic. So whatever the data we stored or we processed, that is in the form of electronic format. So it is very easy to transfer the data or share the data. Moving further, we are going to have reduction in paperwork. That means, so here all the works are carried out electronically. So as a lot of paper documents are replaced with electronic documents, there is a huge reduction in paper work. That means whatever the document, whatever the paper document we have, that is replaced by electronic documents. So it reduces paper work. Then it is cost effective. That means as time is saved and orders are processed very effectively. That means the time is saved because we are going to use electronic form of business. So as the time is saved and the order is processed very effectively, so here EDI proves to be highly cost effective. Then the last advantage here is standard means of communication. That means EDI enforces standards on the content of data and its format, which leads to clear communication. That means here the EDI system is mainly going to focus on the standards of the organization. So it is mainly enforces standards on the content of data and its format, which leads to clear communication. Moving further, let's see the benefits of e-commerce. So here e-commerce means electronic commerce. So this is the way used to sell and purchase the good electronically. So it reduces time as well as work. So what is the benefit here? That first one, it facilitates free market. That means the e-commerce is a platform that facilitates free market so that anyone can very easily sell or purchase their goods. So here it facilitates free market and it is available in 24/7. That means whatever the e-commerce sites we are going to have that is ready to work, that means that is available for 24/7. Then its presence is global. That means whatever the e-commerce website we are going to have, that is the presence in global. That means throughout the whole world you can able to access and use the e-commerce website. So it is global. That means throughout the world. So here setup cost is substantially low. So the setup cost required for e-commerce business is substantially low. The next benefit here is it provides user-friendly technology. That means to operate or to use e-commerce business or e-commerce website, you does not require any knowledge about the technology. So it is user-friendly. So here the e-commerce offers multiple opportunity parallel and simultaneously. So here the e-commerce provides or offers multiple opportunity for the merchant as well as the customers parallel and simultaneously. Then it provides facility to promote and market business. That means by using e-commerce platform, the merchant can able to promote their product as well as their market business. Next we are going to have, it has features to offer market research facility. That means here the e-commerce website or e-commerce platform provides the features to offer market search facility, and it also makes customer relation management easier. That means every transactions are carried out electronically. Based on that, it makes the customer relationship management easier. Then it facilitates the provision of 24/7, that is 24/7 customer care service. That means almost all the e-commerce website, they are going to provide customer care service that is applicable to 24/7. The last benefit here is it provides fund transfer facility. That means whatever the transaction we are going to carry in e-commerce, that is in the form of electrical. So it provides fund transfer facility domestically as well as internationally with simple steps. That means it provides the fund transfer facility domestically as well as internationally with some simple steps. So in e-commerce, selling the goods and purchasing the goods are very easy. So it provides fund transfer facilities domestically as well as internationally with some simple steps. So these are some of the benefits of e-commerce. In my next session, I am going to discuss the types of e-commerce. So dear student, in my today's session, I discussed what is e-commerce and what is EDI, that is electronic data interchange. Along with that, we discussed the advantages of EDI as well as the advantages of e-commerce. Thank you for watching my session. Let's meet in the next session. Until then, take care. Thank you.